Step 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Now that's a mouthful, and it's also something that can never be done perfectly but can always be improved upon. And I found personally that improving the action of prayer and meditation in my own life and making it a daily discipline, I've reaped a lot of benefits that I hitherto would not have had. It doesn't have to be the religion of your youth. It doesn't have to be what you were raised on in your parents, or it doesn't even have to be what you believed in last year. What it has to be is something that makes sense to you right here and right now. Something that gives you peace of mind and some solace. So when I speak to God, that was something I did fairly well, early recovery, and I did it fairly regularly. What I had a problem with was the meditation. Meditation for me is simply being able to calm my mind enough, long enough, to hear the answer, which is very difficult. I'm always on the treadmill in my head. I'm always having a conversation with myself, and it's not usually the most productive conversation. And I strive every day to not let that happen. Meditation for me is simply being able to calm my mind long enough to hear the answer. When I'm talking to myself, I can't hear the words that God is trying to tell me. I also can't even hear the messages that come to me through other people because I'm keeping my own counsel. A record just going round and round, a skipping is going back to back. So I had to stop. So there's many different books, there's very many different programs that you can study on to figure out how to meditate. You know, people say, I hear it all the time, I can't meditate, I have a difficult time with it. You know, there's really no wrong way to do it. For me, I simply sit down, calm down, try to focus on my breathing, and when a thought pops in my head, I gently just let it go by. And I just remind myself, that's me thinking, that's my ego talking to me, and try to let it go by. I'm very blessed. Since I've gotten sober, life has gotten good, and I have a hot tub in my yard. I have a lot of physical pain because I damaged myself a lot when I was in early recovery and before recovery. So now when I sit there in that hot tub, I calm down. The physical pain relaxes. I don't need any antidepressants. I don't need any painkillers or anything like that. Just some hot water, and I start breathing. I breathe in, count of 4, I breathe out to a count of 8. I focus on my breath, and I try to mentally and physically and emotionally unwind. When I do that, it's amazing. The questions throughout the day, the challenges, the answers seem to pop into my head. Why is that? It's because I'm not talking to myself. It's because I'm calming down and I'm listening for the answers. So seeking through prayer and meditation to increase my conscious contact with my higher power is time well spent. I used to think I have too many things to do. I don't have time during the day to do this type of stuff. What I found is when I discipline myself and I take time on a daily basis in the morning before I start my work and at the end of the day before I put my head in the pillow, I seem to be more productive. I seem to be happier. I seem to make less mistakes, and I seem to be more intuitive. And intuition in an intuitive sense is something that I've been able to develop through working these steps, and especially step 11 over an extended period of time. So what I suggest you do is if you work the prior 10 steps, now it's time to really get down to business and practice speaking to God, and then the hard part is listening for the answer. Try it. Try it for 5 minutes. I guarantee it might be the longest 5 minutes of your entire life, but if you do it, like any other habit you've developed over time, it gets easier and the rewards get greater.